Welcome to the channel Data Science Demonstrated, my friends, where you learn data science using demos, examples, and visuals. In this video, I will demonstrate to you the top 3 non-machine learning skills which are required for machine learning competitions like Kaggle. If you want to come in the top 10 or the 20% of the competition leaderboard, you need skills on data, creativity, and tactics. So in this video, I will demonstrate these 3 points using the Kaggle Space Titanic competition. At the end of the video, I will also show you on how you can participate and get in the top 20% without writing a single line of code. Sounds exciting? Then let's get started, my friends. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the video. You can also visit my website experiencedatascience.com, which is a no-code platform to learn data science. Let me first introduce you to the Space Titanic machine learning competition, which is hosted by Kaggle.com. Now, this competition is based on a fiction story, and as per this fiction story, the spaceship Titanic was an interstellar passenger liner which got hit by a space-time anomaly. Now, though the ship stayed intact, almost half of the passengers were transported to an alternate dimension. The competition here is to predict which passengers got transported and which did not get transported. The data has got passenger details such as the home planet, destination, age and various services, as well as an indication that if the passenger was transported or not to an alternate dimension. So let us focus on the first important thing, which is the data. The Space Titanic data has got many missing values in the data. Though there are many ways to replace missing data, the KNN or the K nearest neighbor algorithm works very well in the Space Titanic problem. This algorithm will split the data into two, the training dataset and the scoring dataset. The training dataset is the good data and the scoring dataset is the data with missing values. The training data is used to train the KNN model, and then using this model we can find out the nearest neighbors of the records in the scoring dataset. And then it is going to fill up the missing values based on the nearest neighbors. The results of the KNN is shown here as a 2D plot. The green points indicate that the data point had some missing values and has been replaced using the KNN algorithm. And the purple points are the data points which has got no missing values. As most of the green points are surrounded by the purple points, we can have confidence in the KNN approach. And this signifies that the KNN is a good approach as the nearest neighbors of missing values are not too far. So let me hover over some of the green points. So for example, this point, the age was 0, but now it has been replaced by a value of 27.8. Now we can hover over its neighbors and we see that they have a value of 27 and 28. So this means that the KNN is doing a good job in replacing the missing values. Now similarly, we can also see a green dot over here and we see that the home planet missing value has been replaced by Earth. Now, if I hover over the neighboring points, we also see that these points also have the home planet as Earth. The second data preparation activity which is required for the Space Titanic problem is to remove the skew. In the Space Titanic problem, there are many skewed numeric values, and let us look at one of them, which is the room service. As you'll observe over here that the distribution of the room service is highly left skewed. And the reason is that most of the passengers did not expense for room service, which is very normal. However, there are some high room service values which are barely seen in this histogram. Now, if we do not treat the skew, the machine learning algorithm will be biased towards small values and will not perform well. And one of the ways to remove the skew is to apply something called power transform. The results of the power transform are shown over here, which has removed the skew. And after applying the power transform, the high value becomes more prominent and the machine learning algorithm will be able to pick up these high values. And in the Space Titanic problem, the unskewing helps to increase a lot the accuracy. Okay, my friends, let's now focus on creativity. Now, feature engineering is the place to think out of the box and to gain those vital points to move up on the Kaggle leaderboard. The first is the passenger ID, and which has got values such as 0001 underscore 01. Now when you see an underscore, it is an indication of a compounded field. So we can use an creativity to create two features out of this single field. The second place where we can apply feature engineering is on the numerical. All these numerical fields represent a good opportunity to create a total field which will reflect the total charges for a passenger. And the total field goes a long way to beat the competition in the Space Titanic problem. Another very interesting way to apply creativity on feature engineering is to think vertically. Normally we are used to analyze the data horizontally. But if you start analyzing the data vertically, you will see there is a lot of hidden nuggets in the data. So here, for example, if you analyze the data vertically, you will observe that the passengers with identical passenger IDs and similar surnames. Now this would mean that they are a family and are traveling in a group. So we can creatively create a new feature indicating if the passenger is traveling alone or not. Whatever sophisticated algorithm you use, none of them will be able to detect such a feature automatically. And this is where the creativity of the human brain comes into play. And it will help you to go a long way on the Kaggle leaderboard. Let us now look into the third part, which is the tactic. A tactic is a sequence of action which aims to achieve a certain goal. And solving machine learning problem, in fact, is a sequence of algorithms. In the Space Titanic problem, you have multiple algorithms such as the KNN missing value replacement, the power transform, the creation of additional features, as well as the machine learning algorithm, which is the XGBoost. Now, is there a specific sequence that helps you achieve a better score? And the answer is yes. And here it is. Now, if you follow the sequence, you will get a good score on the leaderboard. But if you do not follow the sequence, so for example, if you inverse the power transform and the new feature creation, you will end up with less accuracy. So my friends, let us put all the things which we have discussed till now in action. And as I promised, let me show you on how you can participate in the Space Titanic competition and get into the top 20% without writing a single line of code. I will demonstrate this using my website experiencedatascience.com, and you can follow along with me. So go to this website and then you can log in here using your Gmail account. Now go down to the analytic apps and select the app on model training and scoring. Now, if you do not see this app over here, you can go to see all apps and then select machine learning and then select the app model training and scoring. Now, once you are in this app, you will see a list of data sets which are related to Space Titanic. So there are two data sets. The first one is the training data set, which we will use to train a machine learning model. And the second is the test data set, which we'll use to make the predictions if the passenger was transported or not to an alternate dimension. Now I've already set up this data set for you. I've already done the data preparation as well as the creative feature engineering. So you just have to use them. You can select them one by one and then copy it to your data. And in a while, you will see that they are available in your data. Now let us select the training data set and then select analytics. So you will see three tabs over here. So let us go first to the data tab to see the data. Now we can select all the fields. We can select a few records what we want to display, and then let's run. And in a while you will see a sample data. So you can browse this table and you can see all the fields, and you will be also able to see the fields which we have added using creative feature engineering. Now let us use this training data set to train our machine learning model. So we will use a machine learning algorithm called XGBoost. So let me first go ahead and select all the features which are required to train this particular model. And then let us select our target variable which is transported, which we want to predict. Now, as the XGBoost algorithm is a tree-based algorithm, we do not need to scale the numeric values, so we can just put none over here. And we can try to also put the maximum depth of the tree as 5 or 7, and the platform will automatically find out what is the best value for this parameter. I will choose some other parameters which are required for the machine learning, such as the performance metrics, the cross-validation strategy, and the test size. Let us also choose to save the dataset and then let us run. And in a while, the model training is done and you will see a confusion matrix as well as you will see a score. And we see there is a good score both in the train and the test data set. Now you'll also see a name of the model which we have trained. So copy this name because we are going to need this name in the next step. So my friends, the next step is to make the predictions based on the test data set. So first, let me change the data set to test, which you can do by selecting the data set over here. Now let us go into the model scoring tab. You can paste the model name which we had taken from the previous screen. Let's make also some few other settings as well as choose to save the output, and then let us run. And in a while the scoring is done and you will be able to download the output file. Let us download this output file. The output is a CSV file which we can open it using Excel, do some data manipulation and look at the columns. So the column over here is the prediction, and 1 indicates that the passenger was transported and 0 indicates that the passenger was not transported. Now let us delete all other columns and just keep the passenger ID and the predictions. Also, Kaggle space tightening competition expects the prediction as true or false. So let us use Excel to convert 1 to true and 0 to false. And we can save the file. I will just do one last thing. I will change the semicolon to a comma as well as change the title of the column to transported. And this is the format of submission of results to Kaggle. Now my friends, we are all ready to submit our prediction and see what rank we get in the leaderboard. So this is quite exciting. So let us go to the website kaggle.com and you can select the space Titanic competition. So you can see that at the time of the recording there were almost about 2,200 teams. And let us now submit our predictions, and let me upload the submission file which we have created earlier and hit this make submission magic button. So Kaggle will do some calculations based on your accuracy compared to others, and you should get a rank of almost about 400 or so out of 2,200 teams. So congratulations my friends, you are in the top 20% of the leaderboard without writing a single line of code. So hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like, subscribe and comment on the video, and see you soon in the next video.